Good morning to you. Hope you're all well, and you join us now today from Thruxton Race Circuit, fastest race circuit in the UK. And we're going to have a bit of fun with a stock Tesla Model 3 Performance. Right, there we go. Nearly had it, didn't we?
Oh my God.
And as also, as you see there, Porsche Taycan lurking in the background. We're going to have a bit of fun with these two cars today, open their legs up a little bit. Both cars capable of track. It's got track mode V2 on it, so we're going to have a bit of a play with that. I've not really used much of that, so I'll show you how track mode V2 works. We're currently running on the, this is a newer Model 3 Performance, so these now run the Pirelli P0s on the 20-inch Uberturbine wheels, but we've also got a set of the Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss, which probably the main tyre I want to use today, so we'll actually do a little bit of tyre comparison. Pirelli, the Michelin, I think the Michelin is probably the better on track. They've got a wider footprint on the ground. And the Porsche is on the 21s with Pirelli P0s on those as well. So yeah, just going to be a bit of fun today. Also, I've got my cousin Kate over there, she's hiding. And she's never been in a car on track before, so in fact she's never been flat out in one of these electric cars before, so we'll capture a bit of her reaction to going on circuit. We're doing 130. Pretty fast in one of these, so this is going to be great fun, stick with it. Okay, so helmet's on, we're about to go out, so what we're going to do here is put the car into track mode. Pedals and steering, track mode. So this is exclusive to the Model 3 Performance. And in here we can see things like temperatures, battery, motors, brakes. It's going to show us our force meter here, but what I can do here is actually come back and you can customize track mode. So currently set to a drift preset. I think we'll go to race preset. So this is what I'm kind of looking forward to playing with. So at the moment I'm going to leave it in the default race preset. So we've got 50-50 front rear power and stability is set to the middle. And then the next thing we can do is we can pick on the map location. Here, tap and hold map location to indicate the finish line. So I'm going to put that there. And what the car will do is actually automatically time your laps. How cool is that? Right, let's go and line up to roll out. And let's have some fun. So we now did a few practice laps, but after literally 3 or 4 laps, the Pirelli tyres just weren't feeling very good. They were getting too hot, I think. I think we need to get these Michelins on here, mate. But this is just a stock road car. This is an absolutely standard road car. No upgrades. All we've done is we've just swapped to the Michelin tyres, which are slightly better on the track. So, there we go. But yeah, it's a fast circuit, fastest in the UK. What's the fastest you've been in the car?
I don't know. You're the only person that
70? You can open the visor, that's okay. Makes you breathe easier. So don't be worried, because I'm not going to go full pelt at all.
Well, I don't get to do fun things very
There we go, right. That's 80 around the first corner here as we merge in with the track. And we come into a braking zone here, and you've got to brake quite sharp and straight. Come round. First apex. Second apex. Missed out a little bit. And then we come onto the faster section in a minute, but it starts opening up now. So there we are, 106. Into this corner, it's pretty fast. You don't want to get it wrong around here. Okay, now we're coming onto the fastest part of the circuit, around the back. Vince the caterer's letting us go, you can't keep pace here. So I'm going to brake and be a bit sensible here. This is a blind entry, and then a very fast corner. We're doing 100 miles an hour around there, the car's moving on me. Now we're flat out down the back straight here, we're pulling 120. This is the pit entrance on the right. Around there, so the body shifts, doesn't it? You see the whole thing move? Your body and the car body on the brakes. Jesus. On the brakes, because we've got a chicane here. Now the tyres are squealing, now they're working, now they're working. Alright son, there we go. Nearly had it, didn't we?
Oh my God.
And these on track tyres, we don't have track suspension, we don't have track brakes. There's a BMW holding us up.
Oh, come on mate.
There we go, he's moved over, so now we can open the taps up a little bit. This is a dangerous corner. We're doing 100 miles an hour, 110 inch entry. I'm going to dab the brakes a bit, get the body control, get it pitched in, get the line, and we're flat out now. 100 on the exit, onto the rumble a little bit. 115, 120, 125. Here we go, now we're opening 130 down the back here. Oh, it's moving, look at that. Onto the brakes, 130. And then pitch it in. It's a bit different to the road, isn't it? Over that, no problem. Over that, no problem. What? What's the matter?
Throw me all over the place. That was so
How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. That was awesome.
Is it how you expected it?
Better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, these tyres were so much better than Pirelli's. I don't think there'd be huge differences like that. So, yeah, Michelin tyres for the track all day long, in my opinion. I mean, Cup 2s, the guys, I'll show you some of the Teslas that are here. There's a few Model 3s, you see them quite a lot on track days now. And I'll show you some of their cars. You can get quite a lot of modifications to these now. You can get everything. Wheels, tyres, upgraded brakes, everything. So we didn't even heat any of the elements up too much. The brakes were fine. That back element lets it cool down. Let's just stop the timer now. So that was fairly steady. Fairly steady. All right. There we go. Let's have a look at the tyres, see how we're doing.
Oh my god, how do I get out?
Press the button at the top of the handle.
Oh my god.
See, she really hasn't been in a Tesla before. Okay, right guys, we're back at the chargers here. We've got 11% left. I'll bring the camera around, 11% left. So we're only about 7 miles from the track, but we did 57 miles since the last charge, and we got to about 95%, wasn't it, when we left here earlier? About 96%. And then including the road driving, 886 watt hours per mile, so there's about 1,000 watt hours per mile, 1 mile per kilowatt hour on track, if not even worse than that. So this ties in really with a previous track day we did in Wales, where, and check out our other video with that, it took a few cars on track, but you've got about 50 track miles basically, so depending on how long a track is, work out how many laps you can do, something like that. So the battery should be good and warm. We never had any warnings about brakes or battery getting too hot or anything like that. It did really well, stock brakes I remember. So what have we got? There we go, now we're ramping. 140, 60, 70, come on, 180, over 200. Go on, 210, 20, that's like my speedo, yeah? 30. 240, go on then.
Come on.
That's
come on. 250, come on, hit it.
Come on. Yay, 250 kilowatts. Added 980 miles an hour. So the Tesla's charging out at 250 kilowatts, which is fantastic. Up until about 17-18% state of charge, then it gradually ramps down. But nonetheless, we went off and had our lunch break and come back, have it eaten 30-40 minutes later, and we were just over 90% state of charge, ready to head back to the track for the afternoon session. So all within the 1 hour track lunch break they take anyway. So that's fantastic, as long as you've got the fast chargers near the track. But right now, let's have a look. Let's get the Taycan on the track in the afternoon and see how a lap time on that compares to
backing it off slightly.
It has less body roll, doesn't it, this car? And then the brakes really bite hard. They're good, actually. Should do, they're massive. They're some of the biggest brakes on production car ever. Tyre screeching, they're clinging on. This is on Pirellis, which I don't like Pirellis as much for track normally. Whee! Trying to protect the tyres a bit around the back here. Oh, we're going wide. We're going wide, Kate. I don't know if we're going to cling it on. Whoa. Now we're moving. That's 110 round there, 109. Now we're flying. So we're doing 140, over 140, yeah. And I'm braking a bit early just to be sensible. That's it.
Oh.
I said I'll take it gently in this car, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so you can see the Taycan there is about 3 seconds per lap quicker, but that's without much practice. It can actually probably go about another second quicker than that. The Taycan, by comparison to Tesla, just accelerates more at the higher speeds. The 2-speed gearbox, of course, in a Taycan helping with that. Plus, it's just more composed around the corners, the suspension's more subtle, and the vehicle moves around less. So it gives you a bit more confidence to drive at speed, and it can carry the higher cornering speeds, which suit this Thruxton track really well. Porsche's gulping in tons of cool air, cool it down.
It needs it, yeah.
That was pretty good. 2 stock cars.
Yep.
I mean, pretty impressive in their own rights as well, like to go that hard. I mean, we had to come off a little bit, but we were pushing on.
We were, and it just shows that electric cars are just really, really good on a track.
It's surprising, and there's a few here, and those modified Teslas are going around pretty quick there. You can do a lot of them, you don't spend too much money, and you've got a pretty good, fast track cars, not much keeps up. Another Taycan going around. But these two, I mean, I was just impressed. You've got 2 stock standard cars. What do we think of them? What have we learned? Model 3 first. I mean, for the money, it's really fast. It's actually very capable. On this track, the brakes were fine.
Yep.
You got quite a lot of long, fast sweepers, so the brakes get a bit of time to rest.
Brakes.
Not a single warning off the stock brakes on this, but you can easily get upgraded pads which don't cost too much, and brake lines and fluid, so that would make it even better. When you go from that to the Taycan, there is a difference. The Taycan, on this track where, what I wanted to do is play with V2 on that, the track mode, and trying to see how it slides, but it's just too fast a track to start doing slides. It's not a drift day, so. But that moves around more than that.
It does. It's just sort of constantly trying to find a pace, and it just doesn't. It's just constantly doing this.
Yeah.
And then you go to this, and it's just great. Like there is massive difference between them, and I think money justifies. The money's been justified.
You can see there's some heritage going on in there, and because of that subtle suspension, it's much more composed, isn't it?
It is.
So this one's over lumps, cresting. You're actually feeling it move around, which is kind of fun. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fun and capable. This one's much more settled. You just don't get oversteer on this, which in some circuits would be nice to balance it a bit on the throttle. We found that at Landau in Wales, a shorter circuit coming out the exits, it would understeer more with some of them if you're on the power too early. But on a fast track like this, that was just confidence inspiring.
It was.
It was good. The brakes were fine.
It is. The car just gave you so much confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
That just goes everywhere, and you get in this, and it's just great. It's really, really good.
And I think in terms of energy use, both of them, I think you get about 50 miles of track driving, roughly speaking. That's got a bigger battery and it's less efficient. I mean, that's more efficient than this.
Yeah.
But between them, and actually that would charge faster as long as you got a fast charger nearby. That would actually top up really quite quickly.
Especially with so hot batteries.
Because you could add 50% of battery in 11 minutes on that if you're down low. So that would probably charge like half an hour. It does that, 35 minutes. About 45 minutes for that one, really. But 2 stock cars. But you can do quite a lot with the Teslas. You don't really need to do too much to that.
No.
That's not as slippery, but yeah, it's good, eh?
It's just great that it is. Yeah, it's great.
This is it. Impressive. Picked up a few passengers along the way. So, that was us having our day off and a bit of a play day. So I hope that's been interesting and useful. We certainly had a ton of fun. So thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, please do hit a thumbs up. Make sure you've subscribed. Hit the bell icon for notifications of new videos. And we try and do a real mixture of things. But for this one, thanks for watching. And we've certainly had a blast.
We did. See you in the next one.
See you in the next one. And now we can just drive them home. I mean, that's the thing.
Exactly,
we can now just drive them home. It's how good's that?
That's it.